What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the recent physique update from Sergio Oliva Jr., who keeps on chipping away, little by little, under the watchful eyes of his new coach, Stefan, one of the best coach in the recent times. So that most muscular shot, with the obliques getting all defined, is quite an indication that Sergio is getting close to where he wants to be a few weeks out of the show. Now I am kind of surprised that he hasn't mentioned FIBO Germany more than once, ever since he originally showed some interest in doing that show in one of the interviews. And for those of you guys who do not know, FIBO is now only 8 weeks away. Now if Sergio does in fact competes at this upcoming FIBO Germany, then he for surely will be going up against a guy like James Hollingshead, who has already confirmed that he is doing both Detroit Pro as well as FIBO Germany, or rather I would say, a very improved version of James Hollingshead compared to what we saw at the Arnold last year, the last time we saw James on the stage. But that being said, I have got to say that is gonna put Stefan in kind of an awkward position, as he's working with both these guys, and Stefan has said some great things about James Hollingshead during this year's Arnold prep. Throughout this 2025 season, Stefan has rated James very high. But the thing is, that is gonna be the case with Stefan for most of the shows this year, because in every single one of these shows, at least two of his guys, they are gonna be going up against each other. Now, that being said, Sergio always had the size. He always presented himself extremely well on the stage. But in terms of the mandatories, I still feel like that some of the poses of Sergio, they can improve if he works with different angles. Now, Sergio is also one of those guys who is a master of crafting a posing routine, as he did win the Best Posing Award at the Arnold back in 2020. Now, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything here. Sergio right now is 40 years old and is up against some very big challenges. A lot of young and upcoming guys who are also improving at such a fast pace and who are just hitting their strides. They're also gonna be hitting the stage real soon. And this is the time for Sergio to bring his 100% and qualify for the Olympia one more time. Because we always said that he did not do so well in different shows because he was unable to peak right. So will this be the year when Sergio is gonna finally get his second pro win and get back on that Miss Olympia stage? Because if he cannot do that with a coach like Stefan, I'm afraid that that isn't gonna happen again, and his days as a combative pro, they are gonna be over. Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on hostile.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount and click the arrow below to check out all the Hostile products. So Justin Shire is months out of his first show of the year, his comeback show, and is most probably gonna do this upcoming Chicago Pro later in summer this year, the same show where he made his pro debut, and he also won that show back in 2023, which is kind of rare to win your first ever pro show. I mean, even a guy like Nick Fogger, he was unable to win his first pro show, and it doesn't really matter how weak the lineup is of a certain show. If you are so ready for your first ever pro show that you beat some of the veterans of the sport, then you are built different and you are something special. And Justin, without any shadow of a doubt, is one great talent in the men's open class that we saw in the recent times. So just after a few weeks into that cleanup phase, into that diet phase, he has already started to look so impressive. The lines in those quads are already getting deeper. And I'm telling you guys right now, just wait till we see the finished product, the final package. Because the sweep on his quads, that is gonna look crazier than ever, especially with all that new size that he put on in the last 1.5 years. Because he's one of those guys who took the entire last year off. Because in order for him to crack top 10 at the Olympia, he needed more size. And after making his Olympia debut back in 2023, he immediately went back to the drawing board into a deep off season. So he's gonna be another guy making his comeback after 1.5 years, looking for his second Olympia qualification. So how much can he excel this year? That is gonna totally come down to what his back looks like, because that has been the weakest link in his physique and the biggest criticism that we have seen on Justin Shire so far. Next up, we have an update from Terrence, less than 12 weeks out from this year's Pittsburgh Pro. So he finally got under that 200 pounds weight cap. So Terrence's look, that is now gonna change on a weekly basis from this point onwards. Now I'm pretty sure he's gonna be the best poser not just at this year's Pittsburgh Pro, but the best poser at the Olympia later this year as well. So 12 weeks out, and the man is doing those rounds and rounds of posing every single day. And people wonder why Terrence has so much command over his mandatories on the stage. It's because he puts in equal amount of work in his posing and presentation as he does in his dieting and training. Now for the record, this is an incredibly difficult pose to pull off, to execute, for any guy out there, including Terrence, who is still very heavy, especially if we take account of his classic physique weight cutoff. But the man is executing that pose perfectly. So this is gonna be such a big year for classic physique. For Terrence Ruffin as well. Because this time there is no returning champion, and a dominant champion like Chris Bumstead, where everybody just knew that he's gonna win, and everyone else, they're just fighting for second place. And Terrence not only expects that he's gonna win this show, but he 100% believes that he's gonna be the last man standing at the Olympia later this year. Now for those of you guys who do not know, he is the real OG of classic physique because he was there competing in classic when this division was first introduced back in 2016. So this is gonna be an awesome story. So his biggest rival at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, that is obviously the guy who was able to crack top 6 at the Olympia last year, which by the way was his Olympia debut, Josema Beast, who also showed us just a glimpse of how things are looking right now at 12 weeks out from this year's Pittsburgh Pro. And with the consistency that Josema has, especially in terms of the condition that he brings, and not just as a men's open competitor, but the kind of consistency that he showed us last year in his first year as a classic physique competitor. We expect him to be absolutely 100% at this show, and Terrence also has to bring his A game. So another thing is that Josema, because of his past, where he competed in the men's open bodybuilding, he is just so big for classic physique that in order to make that weight, he really has to suffer super hard. And there is a silver lining there, because that results him in being bone shredded and absolutely ripped on the stage. So that back we already know is gonna be incredible on Josema Beast. He probably has one of the best and most detailed back in classic physique division right now. So this I believe is gonna be a super battle. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. So 3 great classic guys, all Olympians, and 2 of them, they placed top 10 at this past Miss Olympia, all hungry to deliver the most impactful performance of their classic physique career in 10 days time. Matt Grego, Logan Franklin, and Michael Daboul all posted new physique updates. And damn, it looks like everyone is bringing their absolute best to the stage this time around. Now, I have got to say you get shocked to see that sheer size of Matt Grego because the man looks so huge, and the environment in which he has been training, that is really intense. He is the training partner of none other than Derek Lunsford, the former Miss Olympia, and they both feed off each other's energy. And we have seen how Matt's physique has exploded so much in the last 2 years. So Matt was top 10 at the Olympia last year, and his conditioning is gonna be insane on the stage for this year's Arnold. Now isn't quote-unquote very classic, but neither is Wesley Wizards or even Mike Sommerfeld, so he can be right up there. So Logan Franklin, out of these 3 guys, that is the most classic looking physique based on his structure. The front double biceps with those bicep peaks and that small waistline, that is looking insane right now. And Logan is already looking very peeled, so he was kind of disappointed that he did not bring the package that he worked so hard for at the Olympia last year because he just could not peak right. But him and his coach Patrick, they now know what kind of a look they want to present on the stage. So there is a good chance that Logan is gonna win the best posing award at this year's Arnold because only a few other guys in the entire classic physique division can match him in posing and presentation. And the only name that I can think of is Terrence Ruffin. And lastly, we have Michael Daboul, the undisputed most shredded guy in this division, and not just in classic physique. I have got to say possibly in the entire bodybuilding right now. Again pushing those boundaries of discomfort to take his conditioning to a whole new level for this upcoming Arnold. Now he was the highest placing guy out of the 3 guys that I just mentioned at the Olympia last year. And make no mistake, he's coming to win this show. And as far as I can remember, I have never seen Michael Daboul being this confident before a show. So the motivation level of Michael this year, that is sky high. And great news for his fans that they're gonna see him compete more than before in a number of shows this year before the Olympia. Even though some of these other guys, they have better lines and better shapes than Michael. But the man just gets so damn ripped and absolutely shredded that he always pulls away. So what did you guys think of the classic physique lineup for this upcoming Arnold? It's a small one, but those competitors, They're all bringing their absolute best. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.